Hello, hello, hello. You are welcome once again to the Voice of Reformation. I hope you've been enjoying the series so far. It has been exciting, it has been informational, and so revealing. And I believe and I hope that you have been learning a lot. And you've been sharing, I hope, with your friends and everyone else. Put on your WhatsApp status, put on your various social media handles, and let everybody know that, Ghana is on a journey to reformation. Africa, the possibility of the rise of Africa is on the rise, and we are heading somewhere. We've been talking about values. So this segment of our video series has been on the school of values. It has been on the school of values. And if you've not watched our other videos, please do well to check them out on our various social media handles. The New African Concept is the name. So check us out on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, and everywhere. So you are welcome once again to this segment of the Voice of Reformation. And on today's episode, we are talking about one very important value, which is the value of service and volunteerism. The value of service and volunteerism. This is one of the major foundational blocks upon which nations are found. I know you may be asking yourself, how exactly does that work? How exactly does service and volunteerism help a nation to advance? It's very, very important. Now let's begin from here. Do you realize that the current culture of especially the African youth has been the craze after money and wealth and material things? It's almost as if that is what rules our minds and our ambition and our desire. Everything is about what I can get. What can I retain from this? How can I make money? So our songs are full of the desire for money, the songs, the movies, everything is about how to, get to that place of affluence and wealth creation and all of that. But we must understand that while that is good, it is not the end. It is not the end of all things. Number one, it is a means to an end, and there is a process in getting to that place. So understand again, it is a means to an end, a greater end. So material gains and wealth creation are good. But there are other things that combine with this ingredient to make us wholesome as an individual and as a group of people. And that is what we are talking about in today's session, which is the value of service and volunteerism. Now, there are three ways we are going to talk about this. The first deals with initiative or priority. Initiative or priority. So we're talking about arrangement here. The second deals with timing. And the third deals with selflessness. So priority or initiative, timing, and selflessness. Now, in understanding or appropriating the value of service and volunteerism, you see, it is something that we must, you don't have to be told to do it. You don't have to be, pushed to do something like that. These are things that are most potent when it is initiated, when we begin to consider it above other things. So you sit down and you say, you know what, I want to take this step concerning this group of people, concerning this area. So you sit down, you think, and you say, okay, I am a teacher. So when I look around my community, I realize that on the weekends when I don't go to work, there are lots of children moving around. They don't go to school. They're just playing around and doing all sort of things. Okay, I'm going to decide to use my skill and my skill set or specialty to gather these children and teach them. So what you're doing is that these are things that are not normally done. So now you begin to harness that element of proactivity and initiative. So you start this and you say, okay, you go to the homes and you say, okay, mommy, daddy, I want to do this thing where I want to just take the children and share some knowledge with them, teach them, help them to better their knowledge and information and all of that without pay, right? So you offer to do this, you take that initiative, you become proactive in taking this particular step without necessarily asking for anything from anyone. And these are things that we must begin to do and the reason why you are doing this is because you have the understanding, you value the place of service Because when you do that, it is an investment in the people, in the children. You see, this brings a certain kind of value that goes beyond money. And that is what we are talking about. It is a value that goes beyond money. So in investing in the children, the gratitude and the kind of affection and the kind of investment you put into them and they will have for you is invaluable. It is nothing that can be compared to some meager pay or how much can they give you, right? So you take that initiative as a student while you are home. You decide that, okay, I'm done with school, or there is vacation. Okay, what can I do? You don't wait for your parents to tell you, oh, Kwadwo, Kwame, Michael, Abigail, Anita, you have to do this, you have to go for classes, you have to do that. No. So what you do is that you take that initiative. You say, okay, Daddy, I want to come with you to work. I want to see what is going on. I want to join these people for the service they are going to do. What can we do in our community? You step out and you look around. What problem can I solve? What can I contribute my strength and skill set to make better? When you take that initiative, then you see you are driving a spirit of communal labor, as it were. And when we do these things, it strengthens and empowers us as a people to always think ahead. So we don't wait for the government. You take the initiative. We're always calling for the government to come do things. But no, you must take the initiative. You must be proactive now. And talking about now takes us to our second point, which is the place of timing. It is important that you see exposure to volunteerism and quality service, when done early and on time, reaps a lot of benefits. So while you are young, while you have the time, while you have the energy, start now. So as you listen to this video, start thinking, what are some of the things I can do? I don't necessarily have to wait till I complete school. I don't necessarily have to wait till I am out of work or I don't have a job. Then I now think of volunteering for another company so that they can employ me. No. So right now, while, yes, you may be working. So as I indicated earlier, on the weekend, the days that you are free, organize some boys, organize your friends. Charlie, what can we do? What can we, have some productive conversations? What are some of the things we can do? We know how to do this, we know how to do that. What can we do for this community? What can we do for this group of people? What can we do for these other people? Right? So when we do these things, like I said, it gives us a certain value that is beyond money. So as a student, as a worker, as an institution. So even now, while you don't wait till you have billions of dollars before you start doing something for the community. So while you are here now, while you are starting up, begin right now. It is very, very important because, in this particular season that we find ourselves, like I said, there is a craze of wealth. There's a craze of transaction beyond transformation. So everything is about transaction. I give to you, you give to me. It is about what I can get. When I am offering a service, what can you give me in return? So everybody is looking to enrich himself by what he can give. And that is a very dangerous position to be in. So we must begin to cultivate this kind of attitude now. Otherwise, these are the kind of things that is driving our people. There are millions of people dying in the deserts of Libya and in the Mediterranean Sea in trying to cross over, because the thinking is that if I don't get money, I will die. If I don't make wealth, then I'm not relevant. If I am not, get into some form of relevance, then it doesn't matter to me. But no, we must begin to take this step right now to save the debts of many. And that brings us to the place of selflessness. Selflessness. You see, to be able to cultivate the value of service and volunteerism, you must be a selfless person. You must look beyond the place. You must look beyond yourself. And you will realize that many of our youth today have become complacent and entitled. And it's a very serious thing. So we begin to think, so not just our youth, but our community folks. So you watch the news and there is debt in front of someone's house, and he is calling out to the government to come and clear it for him or her. So that sense of entitlement, that sense of, me, it must be done for me. I am done with school, so the government must give me a job. I am done with school, so this must be given to me. I am a citizen, so this must be given to me. I pay my tax, blah, 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 all of those things. Yes, it is great. But, we must learn to, offer quality service and volunteer to do certain things without necessarily asking for pay. What does this do for us? It helps us to build, like I said, there are greater things beyond money. Greater things like social capital. So when you step into a place, when you offer to, work with people, to have certain new experiences, what you do is that you are building a social capital. You are building a network of people so that those children you help, those people you help, those needy people that you are helping, that company you want to work with, what do? You build a relationship with them such that beyond the place of material and gains, you gain access to opportunities and valuable friendships that is able to reap much more benefit. Because you see, the essence and the depth of advancement is not just in world creation, but first in relationship building. So world creation and national development is dependent more on relationship building than world creation, because that is the first point of contact we must have before we step into that place of world creation. So these are things that we must begin to really pay attention to. So we must break that cycle of entitlement where, yes, I'm done with school, so I am waiting for the government to give me a job. I am done with this, so I work. So because I did this extra work, my boss must give me that extra pay. So there's nothing you do for free that will go against you. So we must learn to cultivate this value and begin to do things out of selflessness. You see, and again, on the other end, we must also learn to, when we give out something, don't be holding people that because I did this for you, you must do this. And we see this happening everywhere. In our churches, in our institutions, in our political systems, in our families even. I'm the uncle who looked after you, even our parents. Because I looked after you to grow, you must also now come and look after me. And all of that. Yes, it is good. But we must care and give of service without expecting anything in return. Of course, the balance is there, that while you're the one receiving the service, you must also, conscientize yourself to appreciate the value and give back as necessary. So these are things that are important as a people that we must cultivate. So when we develop the value of service and volunteerism, not just any kind of service or volunteerism, but quality and the right-driven kind of service and volunteerism. What does it do for us? You build social capital, we build exposure, right? We gain access to opportunities, we gain experience that you would otherwise not get because of your field or wherever you may be. So explore. Volunteerism, one perk of volunteerism is that it gives you the opportunity to choose where you want to be. So don't just limit yourself to your field. Break into other places. I want to help in agriculture. I want to help with what you are doing. There's various sectors that you can explore and gain experience and knowledge in. Do that and it will open doors like never before. These are things that we need as a people. When we begin to take steps like this, then the power comes to the people. And then the relevance of our government system as a democratic nation really begins to live its essence. Not everything depends on the government. The building of nations, remember, is on the values and the character of the people, out of which politicians and presidents come from. So when we begin from the grassroots, then it will climb all the way up. This has been the Voice of Reformation. We have been talking about the value of service and volunteerism. I hope this video blessed you and has been of use to you. If it has, I'll encourage you to like this video, share your thoughts, share this video with your friends and family, and let the world here know these important nuggets that we are sharing, that when inculcated into our society, will bring that change and development that we are looking for. Remember, if you need any kind of assistance, we are ever here to help. Contact us through the various social media handles, the New African Concept, or the contact that is in this video. I will see you in our next episode. Always remember, I believe in Ghana. The New African Council believes in Ghana. And so must you. Until next time, take care.